Just keep changing the stones. Just keep mixing them. If you have local stones, put the local stones in. Okay. Alright, everybody back in. We good? That's fine. Alright, so we back. Alright, so like I was saying, dumplings is a traditional dish made back in 200 BC in Asia, China, basically. So basically what we're going to have in our bowl right now is we have 2 cups of flour, and we have about a teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to mix this together. It's basically just going to be like pasta dough. It's going to be like any other type of dough, basically. We added 3/4 of water, of warm water at that. And we're just going to mix in our flour and water. And we're just gonna get this all mixed together so it's into one bowl, one form. And now we're just gonna get into our hands. We're just gonna knead our dough together and just get everything in. Now, when you're kneading your dough, you don't want to overwork it. So we're just gonna keep moving it around. And I'll show you on the board. We're just going to just keep mixing and just kind of folding it together. And now we know our dough is kind of ready when we can see it kind of bouncing back at us. So we'll just give it a few more. So you see that's exactly what we want. Our dough is just kind of coming right back to us. I'm gonna put this in our bowl. We're just gonna. Now, normally with regular dough, you would have to just let it sit for about an hour or two, just so so the gluten grows into it. We're gonna let this sit for a few minutes and get our pork mix going, and then we're gonna get that rolled out. Now, side note, you know, it's Chinese New Year's. Do you like Chinese food like that?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, what's some of your go-to meals you go to?
Pork fried rice, boneless chicken, and something like spaghetti.
Lo mein?
Yes.
Lo mein? Okay.
Yeah, I like that too. No doubt. Really good. Golden Pot and what I do. Check them out. It's cheap.
You don't got no places on Potter's Ave?
I don't want to get in this. I don't answer that question. I heard it good, but I heard some better.
Okay.
I don't want to answer that.
Alright, so our pork mix, we're going to use our ground pork, and we're going to add some ginger. We're going to add scallions. We're going to add garlic. And we're going to add our red cabbage. Now we're gonna add in some soy sauce. We're gonna add some mirin. If you have sesame oil, you can add sesame oil. Now we're gonna season it with some salt, some pepper. Now we're just gonna get in here and just mix everything together. We wanna get a good mix. And add a little bit more soy sauce, just to give it a little bit of color. Just to give it a little bit of salt as well. Sidog, what's some clubs you've been at lately? You know, what some parties you've been doing?
I did a party about a week ago for my boy Derek Hazard. Big birthday party, 50th birthday party. Shout out to Derek Hazard. Shout out my boy Tafuma. Big party for them, man. You know, I'm just at the crib, man. A lot of stuff going on, you know what I mean? So I'm just going slow, feeling under the radar. I got a mixtape coming out. I got a girl DJ coming out. Stay tuned for that. DJ Big Time, she's pulling up. So I got some things to make it, man.
Hold on. Y'all ain't even hear it. You got a mixtape coming out?
New joint coming out, man. Stay tuned. Gonna be a banger featuring this. I got a chick DJ now. DJ Big Time, she's pulling up. Straight out of New Jersey. Stay tuned.
Okay. Now, how many mixtapes have you had in the past, or have you released any mixtapes before?
Man, I've been doing DJing since the 80s, man. Since 85, I was doing straight tape before even these came out. My last one, like about a year ago, Tribe D Volume 1. You go to SoundCloud to check that out. I got a new one coming out soon. I got a name for it yet, but stay tuned. It's gonna be a banger. Shout out to DJ Boom, DJ Franchise, J Smooth, Chop Stewie, DJ Lady Rock, Ruckus, Frederick Great, Craig, Lefty, all my people, man, from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is, man. Congratulate, man. Never put a hit over here. You dig church happening at the church. It's the boy Sidog, man. The way ENT is there, man. Stay tuned. You dig church. That's it, baby. I don't do too much, man.
Alright, so now we're gonna set our ground pork aside. We're gonna get our hands washed. And now we're gonna come back with our dough. So now we have a separate bowl full of flour. We're going to add some flour to our board. We're going to cut this into fours. And now with our roll, we're just gonna kind of roll it out. Now, dumplings, there are many forms of dumplings. We have, Chinese dumplings like gyozas and other vegetable ones. Now, also, we have raviolis, there's tortellinis. There's a lot of different forms of dumplings. So one we're making are basically pork dumplings, which is a tradition in Chinese culture. And with this, we're just gonna roll it out. We want to make sure it's just all even. And we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut them pretty small because we want to have all round circles. So now we're going to take our rolling pin. You always want to flour it. You don't want to have a dry rolling pin because it's not going to help your dough. And now we're just going to roll it out. And we're just going to keep rotating our dough. And we want it to be into circles. And we want, now with our dough, we want it to be pretty thin. We don't want it to have a thick dough because then when you take a bite out of it with our meat inside, it's gonna be really doughy. So we want it to be pretty flat, pretty even, pretty thin. So this is kind of where we want it at. We're gonna flour our pan as well. Make sure our dough doesn't get dry. And we're just gonna go ahead and keep doing it with more of our dough. Any questions?
Nah, we got something from 1804 something. Let me see here. Wants to know how you feel now that Tom Brady will no longer be playing.
Tom Brady. Hell of a ride. Great career. Helped the Patriots become who they are. You know, it was tough, but he deserves it.
Now there are conflicting reports that he didn't say anything.
Yeah, there are reports saying he actually didn't say it, but we'll see what happens. If he retires, honestly, it's good for him. If he doesn't, it's good for football. Why not? Sidog, what you think? What you think about Brady retiring?
You know what he can do, man. He did what he can do. It's his time, man. You know, new age, new era.
This is very
better you can do, man. Take his money and run. That's what I would do.
Well, he had a great career. Look, he has more rings than most teams do. So honestly, there's not much he can really do anymore. So now you see with our dough, you can kind of see our fingers running through it a little bit. So that's kind of where we want it. Now, the dough isn't as perfectly round. I understand that, but that's okay as long as you have the gist of it. It's big, and you're rolling it out to the right size on each one at least. It is playoff time. It is playoff season. Sidog, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Fucking hell with me, man. I couldn't even tell you, man. At this point, up in there.
Look, we got some good games tonight too.
I heard.
We got some good games. Look, I'm going for the Bengals. I want to see them do it.
We want chaos.
I want the Bengals winning too, man. Underdog.
We do want chaos. We want to see some crazy things happen. Alright, so now we're going to put our rest of the dough to the side. We're going to go ahead and fill our dumplings. What they saying in the chat right now?
I don't know. Miss A Block must be like in a different year since she got the Patriots with the win. Kind of hard to do when they're not in the playoffs.
I don't know where she be at sometimes.
Shout out to Miss A Block.
All right, so now we're gonna take our dough. We're just gonna take the back of our spoon and add our filling in. You don't want to overfill it, so we just want to make sure we have just enough inside of it. And now we also have a separate bowl of water just to help us fill the sides. But we're only going to add water to half of it, because if we add it to all sides, it's not going to close properly. So, all right, this is a hard trick, but I'm gonna get it. All right. So basically, to close it, you kind of want to take the end of your fingers and kind of just close it together, and kind of want it to sit up. That one's not that great, but so this would be a good amount to put into your dumpling, which is gonna go halfway. And we're just gonna fold only the top, and we're just gonna fold it. Basically just taking it in between your thumb and your index finger, and you want it to basically sit up still, what you want it to happen. We're also getting our pan nice and hot. Look, hopefully everyone's not snowed in. Everyone can get out. Because, man, this snow is bad. Sorry, dog, how bad was it for you today?
Bad. I shoveled a guy out, we shoveled him off the crib, then he blocked the front of my house with his car. So now I'm dragging around his car with the speakers. Like, this dude, oh, it's crazy, bro. People have no consideration, man.
It's look, I haven't seen a storm like this in years.
Long time, long time. Man. I knew one storm like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Definitely crazy. I didn't know these storms were real.
Look, the last time there was a storm like this, me, A Block, and Young Nas was over here trooping it to 7-Eleven because that was the only place open.
Hold on.
Now, as you're finishing a dumpling, you want to make sure you're adding more flour so they don't get dry. So now they should look like this. Now, this is basically how you want it. This one might be the best one, but this is basically how you kind of want it. You want it to kind of be sitting up and basically holding together. Alright. Now we added our oil to our pan. Now we want a nice and hot pan. We're just going to put our dumplings right inside. Now we're gonna keep our heat at about medium to low. We don't want them to burn. We're basically just gonna want to get the color on at least one side of our dumplings. So you can see it's starting to turn brown, golden on the bottom. We'll turn up our heat just a little bit. Now I'm gonna just flip them just to another side. Now one thing that you can tell I did was I didn't cook the pork first. You don't have to cook the pork basically because the pork is gonna cook inside of the dough. So once I add the cover on and let it steam up, it's all gonna cook together. So the vegetables are gonna be a little soft. The meat's gonna cook basically inside. So you don't have to cook your meat before and then put it in your filling basically. You can do that all at the same time. Now, we're gonna add water to our pan. We're gonna cover it just so it can start steaming up and start cooking the insides. And now in our ramekin, we're gonna have some soy sauce to dip in. Now these are gonna take about 3 to 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes in the pan, just cooking. So we're just gonna move it around just a little bit. Sidog, who's your team in basketball?
Boston Celtics.
Boston Celtics. How you think we're doing this year?
Average, you know. We can do better than that, but you know, it all takes time, you know what I mean? It all takes time, bro. You know what I mean? Nothing happens overnight.
Cause look, honestly, it's basketball season, so it's time for us to step it up.
I would say so. All the money they're making. Sure.
But while we're just waiting for our dumplings, we're just cleaning up our area, making sure everything is clean.
Not much, but I did see something earlier, you know, and they, you know, had the Juice soundtrack earlier, you know, and they gotta bring the movie soundtrack back, man.
Oh, that's very true. That is very true. I agree with that one.
Chad, let me know what was your favorite movie soundtrack. Favorite movie soundtrack.
That's a good one. Sidog, what's your favorite movie soundtrack?
Bottle Bottle by Master P.
What is it?
Bottle Bottle by Master P.
Bought it from a movie?
Yes, sir.
What movie is that from?
Master P Bottle Bottle here before the movie?
No, I ain't never heard that movie. You heard that movie?
Bottle Bottle movie, man?
No.
You seen it before?
Where you find that at?
The Bottle soundtrack, man.
You never heard it? No.
I must have slipped. No, cause they, I remember like they were putting out a lot of movies at the time too.
Yeah, Bottle Bottle the soundtrack, man.
Okay. Now I gotta go check it out. I gotta check it out.
Check it out, man. I got the Hookup soundtrack.
Okay.
I like all Master P stuff. I'm the first shooter around to make a Master P mixtape.
Also, you a No Limit Soldier over here.
Better believe it.
No Limit Soldier.
And make sure you buy his new food that's coming out. He got noodles, cereal, energy drinks, coffee, P, man, ice cream, man. You know what it is, man. Make them say,
Selling fish fries, Tarik. Master P selling fish fries.
And Whack 100 talking about he's broke. Are you crazy? How much money P got? And he got an ice cream machine coming out.
Ice cream machine?
Yeah, he's an entrepreneur, man. You know that. My boy, man, Master P, man.
give our quick wipe on our dumplings. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. These are our Chinese pork dumplings. But you guys also can see just from the steam from the pan that all the insides is cooked. You can even see they just cut the shine on it, the color on it. Alright, so now we're gonna bring this over to you, Sidog. You're gonna go ahead and taste this. You can turn down the music. Go ahead and try this out.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Check it out.
You get the what flavor did you get inside of it?
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Trying to be grown today.
Good. Come on. I know that man's flavor, man. I know that. Really good, man. Thank you.
Look, there you guys have it. There you guys have it. Look, Sidog's gonna go back to mixing music and stuff like that, getting it going. Few announcements, of course. Super Bowl Sunday. Of course, we have Chef Tarik's second annual Super Bowl Sunday wings. You guys can start placing your orders. The flyer will be out this week. But if you guys want to start getting them pre-orders in, get them pre-orders in if you already have already. So deadline for pre-order. We'll when everything is finalized by Tuesday, we'll let you guys know as a deadline to put pre-orders in and stuff like that. Also, we might be doing something special for you guys to even come see how we do the wings. So we have some different flavors this year too. So come check that out. Also, Stevie DoorDash versus Miss A Block versus battle of the parents. Basically, it's not a battle of the chefs, battle of the parents. Basically, come on, just turn it down a little, turn it down a little way, so they can hear it, so they can hear everything. Look, oh, they gotta hear this, cause Stevie DoorDash and Miss A Block, they've been going back and forth, calling her DoorDashes and Anaritas and all that. So, but that's gonna be exclusively on YouTube. We may go live on YouTube. So look, make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube, Chef Tarik on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're gonna go crazy with that one as well. Meal preps, of course, aprons, Chef Tarik merch. You guys can get that at cheftarik.co. On Instagram, it's Chef Tarik401 on Facebook as well. And of course, any catering gigs you guys have, let us know. We have a few big things coming up already. If you guys need catering, let me know. We already here for that. DJ Sidog, thank you for being on today. Let them know where they can find you at, where you're gonna be at, how they can get you to DJ.
Follow me on IG, DJ Sidog on IG, DJ Sidog, you dig on Facebook, Twitter, and make sure you stay tuned. My new DJ coming out.
Right.
And give me that mixtape, man. Coming real soon on Sleep, man. Coming, the boys back.
And when it comes out, where can they get that at?
Hit me up. I'll be around. I'll be around. Get that cash app. What you gotta do? I deliver too.
Look, there we go. Look, if you need your car shoveled out, don't call me because I'm not doing it. All right?
Shit.
I
got it.
I was good enough to get this one out. That's all. But look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. DJ Sidog, take us out.
Bomb.
Well, you killed this. Hold on, show the plate. Show the plate. Gone. Look at that. Out of here.
Yo, this is a bomb. Straight up. Get some more joints. Right. What a great Sunday this is. Proud to be, man.